12 things mechanics bill you for that take less time than ordering coffee, with tools you already own. Every invoice you've ever paid a shop included at least 3. The parts cost less than the labor markup every time. You'll never pay for any of them again. The first one is the most invisible markup in the entire automotive industry. And your dealer counts on you not knowing. OBD-II Diagnostic Services. The dealer books $100 to $150 to plug a scanner into the port under your dashboard and read the codes stored in your engine control module. That's the entire service. 10 seconds of work, 15 minutes of waiting room, and an invoice that calls it professional diagnostic time. A Bluetooth OBD-II scanner costs $20 on Amazon. Blue Driver, OBD, Link MX Plus, and Ansel BD310 all connect to your phone through a free app and read generic codes plus RAM-specific codes from the body control module, ABS system, transmission, and every other module on the bus. The codes tell you precisely which sensor or system is requesting attention. The information is identical to what the dealer reads. The interpretation is on the same forum threads RAM technicians use to diagnose problems. Here's where the scam gets worse. When you bring an undiagnosed check engine light to a dealer, they charge the diagnostic fee, then fix what they decide to fix, sometimes correctly, sometimes guessing. If the actual root cause wasn't addressed, the code returns within weeks. You pay another diagnostic fee. The cycle repeats. Some owners spend $400 or $500 in diagnostic charges before the actual repair even happens. Meanwhile, the scanner sitting on your driver's seat would have given you the same code the dealer charged you to read, every time, instantly, for the rest of the truck's life. $20 for a scanner you used dozens of times, or $150 per visit for an answer you could have read yourself in the driveway. The second trick exposes how shops bill for tests their competitors give away free. Battery load testing. The dealer quotes $80 to $100 for a battery diagnostic, connecting a tester to the terminals and reading voltage under load. The same test is offered free at every AutoZone, Advance Auto Parts, and O'Reilly Auto Parts in the country. Walk into the store, ask the counter for a battery load test, and a clerk brings a portable tester to your truck. 5 minutes in the parking lot. No appointment, no fee. The result comes back as one of 3 answers: pass, marginal, or fail. If your battery fails the test, the parts store sells you a replacement and installs it for free as part of the purchase. The dealer charges installation labor on top of the diagnostic charge. The work, the test, and the parts are functionally identical. What every parts retailer offers as a customer acquisition strategy, the dealer marks up and invoices as a premium service. The same 5 minutes, the same equipment, 2 completely different bills. The third item is the one most owners assume requires skill they don't have: engine air filter replacement. Shops charge $40 to $60 for air filter service, $15 for the filter. The rest is pure labor markup. The actual job takes 5 minutes and requires nothing more than your fingers. Pop the clips or unscrew the cover on your airbox. Lift out the old filter. Drop in the new one. Close the cover. Done. The airbox sits on top of the engine on every Ram 1500 ever built, fully accessible without removing a single component. Mopar OEM filters run $15 to $25. K and N washable filters cost more upfront, but pay back over time. Fram Tough Guard sits in the middle for cost and performance. Change the filter every 30,000 miles in normal driving, or every 15 to 20,000 if you drive on dirt roads near construction zones or off-road regularly. 5 minutes and $20 between your coffee and your shower, or $40 at the dealer for the same job done by someone earning less than the labor rate on your invoice. The fourth trick lives in your dashboard menu, and nobody at the shop will tell you about it. TPMS, reset after tire rotation. When you rotate your tires, the tire pressure monitoring sensors are now in different corners of the truck than the computer expects. The TPMS warning light appears. Dealers charge $60 to $80 to reset the system. On most Ram 1500s, the procedure is in the Uconnect settings. Navigate to Settings, then Vehicle, then Tire Pressure, then Relearn TPMS. The system enters Relearn mode. Drive the truck for 10 to 15 minutes with each wheel in its new position, and the sensors reassociate themselves automatically. No tools, no special equipment, no appointment. You sit in the driver's seat, tap through 3 menus, and the truck does the work. On older Ram 1500s without the Uconnect relearn function, the procedure uses a TPMS reset tool, a $40 handheld device available at any parts store that activates each sensor in sequence with the magnet built into its head. Either way, the work happens in the driveway, not at a service department. A procedure performed from the driver's seat in 5 minutes, or an hour of labor invoiced for what should be a single button press in a settings menu. The 5th trick replaces a service that shops invent entirely: idle relearn after battery disconnection. When you disconnect the battery for any reason, replacement, electrical work, dead battery, the engine control module loses its idle calibration. The truck idles roughly, hesitates off the line, and the transmission shifts unpredictably for the first few drives. The dealer charges $80 for idle relearn programming. There's no programming involved. The actual procedure is a drive. Start the engine, let it idle until it reaches full operating temperature, about 5 to 10 minutes. Then drive calmly for 10 minutes through varied conditions. Accelerate gently to highway speed and back down. Use every gear in the transmission's range. Come to complete stops between accelerations. The engine and transmission relearn their normal operating parameters through that drive. The throttle body memorizes its closed and open positions. The transmission adapts its shift points to the engine's current torque curve. Every modern vehicle does this automatically. It's not a Chrysler-specific feature, and it's not a feature that requires dealer intervention. No scan tool involved. No dealer software required. No technician pretending it's complex. $80 for what amounts to a 10-minute drive through your neighborhood, a drive you'd take anyway. The 6th trick exposes the most universal markup in the industry: headlight bulb replacement. A burned-out headlight bulb at the dealer becomes a $100 to $150 invoice. The bulb costs $15 to $30. The rest is labor, which on a Ram 1500 consists of opening the hood, disconnecting the electrical connector behind the headlight housing, twisting the bulb a quarter turn counterclockwise, pulling it out, and reversing the steps with the new bulb. 5 minutes total. No special tools, no training. One important rule: don't touch the glass envelope of the new bulb with bare fingers. The natural oils on your skin create hot spots that shorten the bulb's lifespan significantly. Wear gloves or hold the bulb with a clean cloth during installation. For owners who want better light output, LED upgrades from Auxbeam, BeamTech, or similar brands run under $50 per pair and plug into the existing socket without modifications on most model years. After the replacement, check the aim of your new headlight against a wall. If the beam pattern looks higher or lower than the other side, the adjustment screws on the housing correct it in 30 seconds with a Phillips screwdriver. Aiming is the step most owners skip, and most dealers charge $20 to perform. 5 minutes and $20 for a bulb you'd swap in a parking lot, or $150 at a service department for what they call a professional installation. If that just rewrote your next service trip, hit subscribe and drop a comment below telling me the most ridiculous shop charge you've ever paid. If that just rewrote your next service trip, hit subscribe and drop a comment below telling me the most ridiculous shop charge you've ever paid. I want to see the worst examples in the comments. The 7th trick takes care of the system that runs constantly through every summer. DIY refrigerant recharge for the air conditioning system. Weak airflow or warm air from your vents prompts a quote of $150 to $250 for AC service, which translates to a refrigerant recharge. The DIY version costs under $40 at Walmart or any parts store. AC Pro and Interdynamics both sell complete recharge kits that include refrigerant, a gauge attached to the can, and leak sealer mixed into the formula. The low-pressure service port on your AC system is engineered with a specific fitting that only matches the recharge can. There's no way to connect to the wrong port. Start the engine with the AC on maximum. Attach the can to the port and add refrigerant while watching the gauge. The needle climbs into the green zone. usually between 35 and 45 psi on the low side, and you're done. One precaution: if your AC blows warm immediately after refilling, you have a major leak, not a low charge. In that case, the kit's leak sealer won't save you, and a proper system diagnosis is warranted. But for 90% of weak AC complaints, the system simply needs a top-off of refrigerant that escaped through normal seal permeability over years of operation. The kit includes leak sealer that automatically addresses microscopic seal weeps as the refrigerant circulates. $40 for a kit you use across multiple seasons, or $200 at the shop for the job you finish in your Walmart parking lot before you finish unloading groceries. The 8th item is a service shop's invoice purely on what they can see, but nothing you can't see yourself. Visual brake pad inspection. Quick lube shops and dealers charge $50 to $80 for brake inspection, which consists of looking at the brake pads through the wheel spokes or removing the wheels for a closer look. Do exactly the same thing yourself. Rotate the wheel until the caliper is visible through the spokes. Shine a flashlight on the brake pad. The friction material, the dark composite layer pressed against the rotor, should measure at least 4 millimeters of remaining thickness. Below 3 millimeters, plan replacement within the next 5 to 10,000 miles. Below 2 millimeters, replace immediately before you damage the rotor. While you're looking, check the rotor surface itself. Deep grooves or visible pad material smeared on the rotor face means it's time for pads and rotors together. Look for an uneven wear pattern between the inner and outer pad. If the inner pad is noticeably thinner than the outer, the caliper slide pins need attention before you replace the pads themselves. That inspection alone tells you whether you're looking at a simple pad swap or a complete brake job. And the difference between those quotes at a shop is $200. 3 minutes per corner with a flashlight gives you the same information the shop charges $80 to deliver. The only thing missing from the DIY version is the invoice. The 9th trick involves sensors that respond to a $5 can of cleaner, MAP and IAT sensor cleaning. When your check engine light triggers codes related to the manifold absolute pressure sensor or the intake air temperature sensor, shops quote $80 to $120 for sensor cleaning. The MAP sensor mounts directly to your intake manifold with 2 screws. Remove it, spray it with electronic contact cleaner, let it air dry for 2 minutes, and reinstall. The IAT sensor lives in the intake tube or integrated into your MAF housing on some models. Same removal process: 2 screws or a clip, spray with electronic contact cleaner, dry, reinstall. The critical detail is the cleaner choice. Use electronic contact cleaner only. Never brake cleaner, never carburetor cleaner. Those formulations contain solvents that destroy the delicate wires and surfaces inside the sensors. The codes most commonly thrown by a dirty MAP or IAT sensor are P0107, P0108, P0111, and P0112. And shops bill the same $80 to clean them whether the actual problem is a clogged sensor or a failed sensor. Most of the time, cleaning is enough. $5 for a can of CRC electronic contact cleaner, 10 minutes of work, and the same fix the shop bills as a $100 service. The 10th trick is a 2-minute inspection that catches a failure most owners don't know how to check. Wheel bearing preload testing by hand. Shops charge $80 for wheel bearing inspection. Lifting the truck, grabbing the wheel, and rocking it to feel for play. Repeat the procedure yourself with a single jack stand under the frame. Grip the wheel at the 12 and 6 o'clock positions. Rock the wheel inward and outward. Any perceptible play means the bearing is in the process of failing. Repeat at the 3 and 9 o'clock positions to check for a different wear pattern. Loose wheel bearings cause vibration at highway speeds, humming or grinding noises during turns, and in advanced cases lead to catastrophic wheel separation. The early symptom is subtle, a faint humming that increases with speed but disappears momentarily when you turn the wheel slightly in one direction. That directional change tells you which side has the failing bearing. Once you've identified play, you know whether you're chasing a bearing that has another 20,000 miles in it or one that needs replacement before the next long trip. The test is free, requires only a jack stand and your hands, and gives you more information than the shop will share without billing for it. $80 for a 2-minute test you perform with equipment already in your garage. The 11th trick exposes the smallest possible markup in the entire shop billing system: brake light and turn signal bulb replacement. A burned-out brake light at the dealer triggers a $50 to $80 invoice. The bulb itself costs $5 to $10. The remainder is labor on a job that takes 3 minutes. On most Ram 1500s, the tail light housing comes off after removing 2 or 3 screws. Lift the housing away from the truck, twist the bulb socket a quarter turn counterclockwise, and pull it out. Replace the bulb. Reverse every step. 3 minutes per bulb, no tools beyond a basic screwdriver. LED upgrade options for tail and brake lights run $10 to $15 per pair from aftermarket brands and deliver brighter output with significantly longer lifespan. One warning: Ram 5th generation trucks with CAN bus electronics may flag certain LED bulbs as bulb out failures unless paired with a load resistor. Check compatibility before purchasing. 3 minutes for a bulb swap or $60 for what should be included as a courtesy during any oil change. The 12th trick repairs a problem most owners assume requires a body shop: door hinge pin replacement on sagging doors. After 100 to 150,000 miles, the doors on a Ram 1500 begin to sag. The hinge pins wear, the door drops a few millimeters, and the alignment with the door frame degrades. The symptoms appear gradually: doors closing with excessive force, weather stripping that no longer seals, eventual rattles in the cabin at highway speed. Dealers quote $200 to $400 per door for hinge service. The complete DIY repair kit costs $25 to $40 and includes both upper and lower hinge pins plus replacement bushings. The procedure requires a hammer, a punch, and a jack stand to support the door weight while you work. Support the door, drive the old hinge pins out of the upper and lower hinges, and install the new pins and bushings. 30 to 45 minutes per door. The result is a door that closes cleanly again, weather stripping that seals against weather and noise, and no more rattle in the cabin. The job looks intimidating before you do it the first time, but the actual mechanical sequence is identical to what a body shop technician performs in the same amount of time at $150 per hour. Once you've done one door, the second takes 20 minutes. 30 minutes and $30 for what the dealer charges $400 to perform. Multiply across every sagging door on your truck, and the value of your own labor becomes impossible to ignore. 12 tricks. Every one of them is something a mechanic bills you for. Want features your dealer never explained? The 7 hidden Ram features video covers them. Want the maintenance items that determine if your Ram reaches 300,000 miles? The 15 maintenance secrets video has the list.